Okay, this is what's coming in. A lot of reversals. And all that reversals indicate to me is just it's more of an internal struggle. Perhaps there's some resistance, or perhaps your energy is blocked, which is preventing some of this energy to come in. You know, like right now, wisdom is here for you, but it's reversed. So perhaps there may be some resistance to the changes that we're all experiencing at this time. And, you know, you're being called to remain resilient right now, but don't block it. You know, maybe your energy is a bit low, so maybe you're feeling like you want to give up, or that you're not in your power. Okay, this is a time of blossoming. Okay, abundance and fruition is trying to make its way into your lives, but I feel like, you know, just the energy right now may be a little low for you, but that's okay, because it's all about balance, and balance came in upright. So this is about balancing yourself, balancing your energy with whatever's going on in your lives. And I just want to say that right now we are in a major period of renewal and rebirth, and that is being seen across the board with all the signs of the zodiac. Okay, if you like more information on that, also check out my I just did the weekly healing energy report for the month for the week of 7 through 14 April. So that really talks about what we're experiencing right now for the week. So that may be another good resource to check out. I also did one for the first week, 1 through 7 April. So you may want to check that out too, because that really goes into detail about the lunar cycles and the energies that we're feeling and what that means for the collective. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the oracle. I'm going to do a 5-card spread for you all using the Osho's. I don't know why I said oracle. I keep saying that. I'm going to use the Osho Zen tarot card. This is tarot. Let me clarify. Okay, so we just did your theme with oracle. This is tarot. Okay, awesome. We got 3 cards already. Just need 2 more. 2 more, please, for Taurus. I feel like the beginning of the month for you all was really chaotic. There was a major transition going on with all of you. And I can't recall if there was a Tower card, but I think the Tower may have appeared for you all. So I see where, you know, your theme coming in is reversed, because there may be a lot of unsettled energy. It's just that your situation is so new and fluid. But really, you know, do what you all do best, Taurus, is tap into that earth energy, that beautiful feminine earth energy. And that's what's going to get you through this time of transition. So let's start flipping the cards and see what we received. Yeah, center of the deck is trust. Trust the process. You all are going through something major. I remember the beginning of the month, it was some big changes. Like I said, I can't recall if there was a Tower, but it may have been, or may have felt like a Tower moment. But trust that this is all in divine timing. This is the Knight of Water. Okay, so this is bringing you a message of healing and love and self-support. Okay, but trust the process. You are being required now to go in. This is the 4 of Water. Okay, so tap into your emotions, settle, get calm, get still. Get out of your head. I think many of you may be up there, you know, in the logical, egoic piece of you, but now you're being asked to go within, you know, your heart center and, you know, listen to the messages that are coming through for you. What's interesting about this image is that you see a woman, let me show it to you, in complete, total surrender. She's she's at peace with herself, regardless of the ghosts and shadows that are all around her. They're not disturbing her peace. She is in full control of that because she has gone within to her heart center. So this is the energy, Taurus, that you need to tap into, because right now it is reversed. This is also a time of healing, okay? This is the King of Water, came in reversed. So I think there may be some resistance to settling down and to accepting or trusting what has transpired so far. There has been major changes within your lives, and this is true for all zodiac signs right now within the month of April. Everyone is having either a tower moment, the death card is coming through, or they're having a major breakthrough. So all that, it is literally a time of renewal and rebirth, but it does create a lot of chaos that we need to settle down and heal from. Because sometimes, when this change happens, we are saying goodbye to people. We're saying goodbye to, the way we used to be. So it's almost like you're kind of mourning there. But, this is a period of rebirth. Literally. And I started saying that before we got to the cards. This is a period of rebirth. And, it's a 10 card, so this is ending. All the chaos is ending. So it's going to get easier for you from here on out. But yeah, this is all about up-leveling and getting in touch with your authentic self and your authentic truth, and showing up as your new, renewed self. Showing up to people, as a person who's reborn, who has gone through a growth period. So that's what this is all about. And then you have the compromise card. So it's reversed. So this suggests an internal struggle, with what you're being asked to compromise. This is all about decisions. So I always throw this caveat in whenever I see the compromise is it's all about, do I give in or do I remain steadfast and hold my ground? Because compromise is all about trying to find the middle ground in a situation between two people or two parties. If it's going to compromise your character, your integrity, or your moral compass, then it's always best to stand your ground. Stay true to yourself. Do not compromise your character, your integrity, or moral compass for anyone or anything, okay? Because then that would require you to go out of alignment with yourself, and it would not be in your highest good. It may be in the best interest of the other party, but they obviously, if they're asking something that big of you, they obviously don't care about your well-being. So if it's something of that nature, hold your ground, stay true to yourself. But if it's something where you can compromise and where you can find that middle ground, then definitely, see where the wiggle room is and see what it is that's going to be required of you to bring that situation into balance. Maybe this is not entirely a win-win situation, but see where both sides can essentially win the most equally and fairly while maintaining your truth. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is, we didn't look at bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck is right. Came in reverse, but this is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Rainbows, which is synonymous with the Nine of Pentacles. So this is all about self-worth. When it's upright, this is about you, about the card representing you being right to share, to love, to give, to really just share your abundance with people. You are right for that situation, whatever that situation is calling for. It's reversed, so there's a little bit of a struggle going on. It's probably impacting how you see yourself and how you value yourself. But really, it's all about turning in and healing, okay? Right now, it's definitely a time to turn in, heal, and to trust all the changes that are going on in your lives, because it is for the highest good. And once everything's settled, you will be right for the picking, You will be right to show up as your true, authentic self, to really give, to what's required of you. Sorry, there's some chaos going on outside, and my bulldog is downstairs barking. So let me just close this door. Hopefully that'll quiet the situation. Sorry about that. Sorry for the interruption. It's just my house is all hardwood, and the acoustics they carry and they resonate. So even though my bulldog is downstairs, it comes in loud and clear up here. So okay, thank you for your patience and pardon the disruption. Let's move on. So what I'd like to do next is call in, this is the Untamed Oracle deck. This is Oracle. We're going to clarify the tarot messages for you. And what I like about this is that this allows me to clarify the messages and identify any synchronicities and dualities, which is a nice way to confirm that what's coming through is truly meant for you, and that we're not getting anything muddled or misconstrued, or we're not going in like random directions. So first out is the Fire card, which is not surprising because we are in Aries season, but fire is also about inspired creativity, inspired action, passion, motivation. It did come up reverse, and I'll show these once I'm done pulling these out. But it is about, you know, this one wanted to come out. It's about you, and it's about, you know, what you're going to do in this new period of growth and up leveling. This is a new cycle. So what is it that you want to call in? Awesome. So you got some really good cards here, and I like this. I like this for you all, Taurus, okay? Bottom of the deck is Rest. It's coming in reverse, which indicates that perhaps many of you are overworking yourselves and stressing out. So take some time for some self-care, okay? Okay, so like I said, we had the Fire card come through. It came in reversed. So this is all about inspired action, motivation, inspiration, action. It's reversed, so maybe some of you are hesitant about what to do next, just because of maybe the uncertainty of situation. You have the Abundance card. It did come in reverse. So I think what's going on with all this energy and this uncertainty, I think you're doubting the change, you're doubting the transition, and in doing that, you know, you're instilling fear into the process because your doubt is blocking what's trying to come in. So like I said, this is all very good for you. This major transition that you all are experiencing, this is all very good because it's bringing in abundance, right? And at the bottom of the previous deck is the Right card. So it's there for you. You just have to allow the process to work itself and to allow that energy to enter. But you have to clear and create space in your own lives. And sometimes that means, you know, maybe releasing relationships, maybe releasing opportunities, letting go of old ways of thinking, old habits, old addictions, all of that, in order to allow abundance to come in. Next up is we have the Creation card, which I really love for you all, Taurus, because this is, for me, I always see this as the Magician card in the regular tarot. This is an image of Metatron's cube, and this, to me, is all about creating a blueprint for the universe, and that's sort of what that image means. But for you, this is about creating a plan or a blueprint for how you're going to move forward in this next phase, because up next is the Rhoda card. Okay, and I want to show these together. So Rhoda is like the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot deck. And this is all about new beginnings, new cycles, creating new karma for you. But you have the power to create, you know, it is right here. So you, Taurus, are in charge of your destiny. You literally are going to write out what your destiny will look like in this new cycle. Okay, so this is huge. This is exciting for you all. And all it's going to require you is to get focused. Where do you want that arrow to land? Focus it, point it, you know, figure out, okay, what is it that I'm trying to achieve? What do I want to attain? What is it that I want to call into my life right now? Now that everything has been cleared out and leveled out, you know, this is a time where you can create the life that you've always wanted. So just figure out where you want to point that arrow and get focused, all right? Because it's there for you. But again, self-care is a must, okay? You have to take care of yourself, because if you don't, you're going to burn yourselves out. You're going to have a breakdown, and your energy won't be as pure and as magnetic as it needs to be in order to call in the abundance that you're trying to create for yourself, because right now it is blocked, okay? So self-care is key. Self-care is what's going to help you turn this right side up and to call in everything that you want. All right, Taurus? Awesome. So what I have next up for you is we're going to call in some shamanic wisdom, and I will pull 3 cards for you. And what I like about the shamanic oracle is that they provide interesting insights and guidance to what it is that you're working on. We got 3 right off the bat, which I will take, because that is, yes, this is exactly what you need. Bottom of the deck is the rainbow. This is great energy, okay? So let's talk about that. What I like to do is I like to read from the book, because there's a lot of interesting imagery associated with the cards that many of us are not familiar with. So I want to make sure, 1, that you get the meaning of the card, and 2, that you get the message as it's intended to. So we have the smoky mirror, came up upright, the journey card, reversed, and then we have the luminous warrior, upright. Okay, so this is great. When they're upright, that's an invitation from the shamans, giving you a message. When it's reversed, it's medicine. I always say this, but I always kind of prefer the medicine, because the message is always, I don't know, it always really just hits home on what it is that I'm working on and what it is that I need clarity upon. All right, and then the rainbow came up upright. So good balance here. So let's start with smoky mirror. I should probably hold it this way. This might be a little bit easier. There we go. Okay, so smoky mirror represents the aspect of what is implied, yet cannot be immediately known in the world. The mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious causality. This symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. The smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial, or the inability or refusal to see the truth. Okay? So the meaning here is, when the symbol of the smoky mirror appears, you are invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order but challenging to fully grasp. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current conditions of your world reflect in the hidden realms, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. The beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage. No matter where you are on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you the beauty and wonder once the fog lifts the distortion you now see. That's perfect, Taurus. I mean, that's exactly what I've been saying, and what's been coming out in the reading is that you just have to trust the process. And right now it's a mystery, but it's all in divine order, and it's all for your highest good. And the only way that you can understand this mystery is to go through it and to experience it. So personal experience. Up next is we have the journey. Okay, it came in reversed. Then I'm going to showcase the card upright as I read the message for you. So the journey is an invitation to step outside the boundaries of your life as you know it. The journey is not a holiday. It is a call to be hermit-like and to go on a pilgrimage into the unknown. There are no maps to the territory you will be exploring, no marked paths or road sign. So again, this came up reversed, okay? So the medicine for the journey is calling you, but the timing is premature. Collecting postcards or fantasies of where you want to go may take over your focus and make you miss your destiny. Other things must be completed first, or you may still be attached to knowing the destination. Remember that the point of the journey is not the destination. It's who you will become as you are transformed along the way. Do not confuse the inner and the outer journey. Okay, so this is all about your own personal up-leveling and letting go of a fixed notion of where you think you're going. Because to me, this is indicating that, okay, you may want to get to that point. Maybe that's in store for you, but maybe not. So release that idea, release that fixation, and just allow the process to unfold. Regardless of what's happening, you will become a better person. You will undergo personal regrowth as you make your way to that point. So that's really exciting. And then we have the Luminous Warrior, which came in upright. And the Luminous Warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. Oops, excuse me, sorry. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark. Since he casts no shadow, he is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all costs. The Luminous Warrior reminds you that it is important to focus on your power, wisdom, and beauty. Do not be seduced by what seems wrong with you or with the world. Remember that intention follows attention. So focus on your positive traits. Feed your light with more light until you feel truly empowered. Then there will be little need for action as you resolve all situations from within. I love it. This is perfect. This is absolutely beautiful for you all. Keep your thoughts positive, focus on your inner strengths, and remind yourself of what your great qualities are, because you all are beautiful spirits. I love Taurus. You know, I just resonate very well with your earth energy, and you know, you all are such beautiful creatures, and you know, I don't like to see you all stressed out, but it's going to be for your highest good, and you're going to become even more amazing than what you are right now. So let's just talk about the rainbow, because this is the bottom of the deck. So the rainbow symbolizes the 7 steps of true spiritual path, which manifests as the colors of the 7 chakras. In the Himalayas, the rainbow body is seen as the full realization of our essence. The rainbow also represents the bridge between the physical and the spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge to the highest heavenly realms. When the rainbow appears, it is an affirmation that all is well and that you are in right relationship with spirit. Okay, so see, Taurus, yes, things are chaotic right now, but this is divine confirmation that you are right in alignment with spirit. Okay, so trust the process. The rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Okay, that's exactly what I said. This is all settling, okay? Persevere and remember that it is the darkest just before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to make a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even while the night is still darkest. Do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. Okay, this is gorgeous.